Hi everyone, my name is Jomsi, and in honor of National Coming Out Day, I'm going to be sharing my coming out story. If you've seen any of my other videos on my channel, you've seen me come out to my friends and my family, but I've never actually spoken about my story of growing up gay and not really knowing it until recently. So without further ado, if you want to watch this, I'm getting nervous. Go on ahead. I was born on September 9th, 1996. Little baby, and that's my grandma. How cute is she? And I was just like a carefree little rascal. I would run around and like cause a ruckus. I would sing and dance and make up words, and I was just, look at me cheesing there. I was just kind of a ball of energy and joy. And somewhere along the way, I noticed I was different. That I had feelings and attractions, and that I was more interested in male bodies than female bodies. And my parents divorced when I was really young, and they both remarried, and I didn't really get along with my step-parents. And so early on, I just learned that to not rock the boat, to be the good son, right? The perfect son, I had to squash these feelings. I had to hide them. I had to basically tell myself that they were wrong and they'd go away eventually. Of course, they did not go away. I struggled with my dad, my biological father. I felt like he didn't affirm me and like tell me he loved me and express a lot of interest in me. That's what I felt as a little kid. And so I took that to be like, oh, there's something wrong with me, right? I don't like to surf as much as he wished I did. I didn't behave or act like some of the other neighborhood boys. I must not be the kid that he wanted. In addition to that, I had a stepmom that was difficult to get along with. I had some more siblings on that side. Me and my stepdad butted heads a lot. And so I basically had a father figure that I felt like wasn't seeing me and wasn't supporting me. And as a kid, when that happens, you take it upon yourself. And so I thought there was something wrong with me, and it's my fault, right, that my dad doesn't notice me enough, or he doesn't tell me he loves me, or he doesn't give me hugs. And so I came up with, I'm going to be perfect. I'm going to be the perfect kid, feeling kind of trapped in between these two worlds and divorce and all this stuff. I'm going to be perfect. I'm going to make sure I don't rock the boat. I'm going to make sure that everything is amazing, and I'm going to get perfect grades, and I'm just going to be this like gleaming, perfect kid. It gave me a lot of anxiety. It gave me a lot of stress. And I grew up fast from basically taking on things that I shouldn't have, right? And knowing things I shouldn't have. And because I was mature, my stepmom would tell me things, and adults would talk to me like an adult, but I was really a little kid. And I needed really someone to just come alongside me and go, you're so loved. You're so loved and you're so important. It's not because of what you do, but it's because of who you are. You're a human being. So I struggled with these feelings, right? And I had girlfriends in middle school and didn't really date anyone in high school. My dad passed away. And right before that, he had found some interesting internet searches on a phone. And so that was mortifying. And that kind of began this like crumbling of this facade that I was perfect, right? It was like, uh-oh, who's been looking at, these photos of guys on the phone? And so before he passed away, I saw him one last time, and we had a really amazing time. And now I can look at that and go, you know, my dad struggled to love. He struggled to love himself. He did the best he could with what he was given. And if he was still here, I know he'd love and accept me. But that lack of affirmation and love early on kind of was a shadow chasing me around. It made me insecure in my friendships, my relationships, especially with other men. These things, there's still freshman year, my good buddy who I actually live with now and another friend, they came in the room and they did this like handshake thing, and it like traumatized me. I don't mean to use the word trauma like that, but I still can hear the perfect clap it made. And I've just, you know, it was things like that. I felt like I couldn't do the cool handshakes. I felt like I wasn't masculine enough. I felt like all the guys could see through me. I felt like as I walked around, they could see my browser history. And I was just insecure, and I was jealous. I was so jealous that I wasn't this cool guy that was manly and masculine. And I started to just fixate and obsess on this. And the narrative and the story I told myself was that because my dad didn't love me enough, I'm looking for love and intimacy with men through these feelings, through these attractions. And I had this hunch that as I got older and as I healed, I would lose these feelings, right? As I integrated and healed those parts and that hurt from my father, I wouldn't be gay, I'd be straight. Because I'm looking for love in the wrong place, right? By looking for men, it's like you're trying to find the love, or I was trying to find the love I didn't get from my dad. So in college, I started therapy. I used kind of the college services at my Christian school, and basically got help for all this anxiety, for all this pain, for all this hurt of losing family, of feeling so much shame and guilt for looking at men on the internet. And it was there that I started to confront all the pain and the hurt of my upbringing and how much weight was on me to be this perfect person to make up for the shortcomings of parental figures, who now I can realize were just doing the best that they could. And so lots of therapy, majored in psychology, so homework's like basically, what's wrong with you? You know? So lots of craziness later, I get to this point in my therapeutic journey and I've healed and I've integrated and I found forgiveness and love for my dad, even though he's no longer here. And my relationship with my stepdad is incredible and I love the guy so much, and my mom and siblings, and it's just amazing. And these feelings are still here, and I'm still attracted to guys, and I'm still, you know, I'm even in a relationship with a girl, and she's the most incredible woman on the planet. Like, we connect so well, but there's this sexual component that's missing. There's this, she's not a guy, you know? And so have this really close friendship, and we kind of found each other in college, and we both kind of started out with this goal. You know, he had feeling towards guys, I had feelings towards guys, and we kind of bonded over that and just developed this really beautiful friendship. And we had this hunch in the beginning, we're going to be straight, don't worry, we're gonna work this out. And he eventually comes to terms with his sexuality and says, Jonah, I'm gay. I've studied this, I've looked at the scriptures, you know, I'm Christian, still am. You know, he's looked at it and he's explored it, and he's read books, and he's looked at his fundamentalist upbringing, and he has come to the conclusion, no, I'm gay. I like guys, and that's okay, even though it's scary. And through a lot of tough conversations with him and my therapist, it got to this place where I had to kind of confront it. where this grand theory I had that I'm gay because my dad didn't love me enough. I'm looking for love with men because of the love I didn't get from my dad. I had to confront that. And finally one day, and I'm freaking out about it, right? Oh my gosh, I'm not going to have a wife. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to have kids. Oh my gosh, what are people going to think about me? What's God going to think? All this stuff. And my therapist just says to me, a couple sessions later, so what if you're gay? So what? And I was like, oh my gosh, so what? And that coinciding with seeing a psychiatrist and getting on some really much needed medications to help me with the anxiety I just felt my whole life. I kind of gathered this self-acceptance. Oh my gosh, I'm gay, and to no longer have to do that dance and these backflips to elevate this theory that I only had attractions to men because my dad didn't love me enough, and once I healed they were going to go away, but I was healing and my life was getting better, and I still had these feelings. And so confronting that and then going to God and going like, oh my gosh, God. And this is from someone that for years hated himself, that really did not like himself, was so full of shame and guilt. And the voices in my head typically being, Jonah, you're not enough, you're not enough, you're not enough. And to listen and hear not condemnation from God, but instead this oh, Jonah, I've just been waiting for you to accept yourself and move past, so that instead of spending all this time fixated on this thing, that you can more embrace my love and you can come to me. You can come to me. Oh, Jonah, leave that hatred and repression behind. Just come. I'm so happy that you can experience you now. It was just incredible. And I felt like, oh my gosh, all this shame and guilt of what porn I'm watching and what images I'm looking at and what people are catching my eye, to not have that be shameful, but to go, no, that's me. I'm attracted to men like straight people are attracted to the opposite sex. And that's okay. And that's how I was made. And if anyone had a shot at changing it, I spent thousands of dollars and thousands of hours in multiple modalities of therapies, EMDR, neurofeedback, internal family systems therapies. I was in a sexual purity group at a church for 2 years. I read my Bible. I did everything. I healed. And in the end, accepting myself and loving myself was the answer. Was the answer. And so slowly but surely, I started telling friends this new thing. I like guys. And of course, this all started in the middle of the pandemic. So March or whenever that was starting. So I had a lot of FaceTimes. I had a lot of amazing conversations. People going, I got reactions from completely surprised to not surprised at all to never really thought about it. And I just started kind of telling everyone. And that is, okay, we'll put on the brakes. Coming out videos on YouTube, right? Maybe you're on a little binge right now of watching them. That military dude, people in rural Kansas, people at the risk of being disowned by their family. I mean, the bravery and that was where I kind of first started dipping my toes in the pool of coming out. And so now being on the other side of it, and then eventually getting to tell my parents, my grandparents, as you know, there's still people that don't know, and that's okay. I felt like I told the people that I felt comfortable telling, and it's still a process, and I'm still working through shame and guilt of 20 plus years of feeling like this was wrong, but it's just been the most incredible journey. And the reason I'm making this video to share this is to basically say okay, the other thing I'll say is, which is really cool, that my faith I feel free for the first time. I found an affirming church that I go to now. I feel like I can be myself, and I feel like I can get to know God. The asterisk I'll put on that is I know the damage that the church and Christianity has caused I mean, it's hard to find a coming out video where religion of some sort isn't stated in a very negative sense. And my heart breaks over that. My heart breaks that people end their lives over this. People suffer because of something they can't change, and is actually a really beautiful aspect of their being. And so while technology and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram tend to be focused on perfection and the cute gay couples and or people and their OnlyFans and all these different things, I just want to make a little space for peace, for a deep breath, to say that wherever you are at in your journey, if you're out, if you're like me, knowing all the reasons why you can't be gay, and like, I'm going to be straight and marry a woman anyway, all the way towards being fully out and being married, or whatever it looks like for you. I just want to create a space to say that we as human beings are so valuable, and it's not because of what we do, but it's because we are. We are these incredible people that can come alongside each other and encourage one another and love one another. And we need more love, and we need more support and encouragement. And a lot of gay men, women, LGBTQIA+ people do not get that. And there is not space made for them. And instead they're met with rejection and hurt, abandonment, which, first of all, hello, does anyone think that's winning anyone over? Being mean and nasty? Like, hello, no one is going to listen to your argument if you are devaluing them as a person. And so I just want to spread hope, and that on the strength of the absurd. Another thing is loneliness, and for many years I felt like there's no one for me. I can tell no one, oh my gosh, I'm alone in this, and I'm not even here for myself. I don't even like myself. On the strength of the absurd, there are people out there for you. There are. They may not be in your life right now, but they are out there, okay? I'm trying to create a little space here on the internet, right? Even though I'm not physically there with you, I'm here for you, okay? And there are people out there who will love and hold and cherish your story, no questions asked. I didn't believe it, and I found some people, and it's not a lot of people, but am I Italian all of a sudden? But they're out there. Hi everyone, I was having crazy camera and audio difficulties. Awesome, I know, just phenomenal. Phenomenal? Anyways, I just want to say thank you for watching the video. Whoever you are, I stand by everything I say. There are people out there for all of us, and let's make a little community here on this channel or wherever on the internet, which is so often a toxic place, where we can just be there for one another, and encouragement in peace, and in just being supportive. So thank you again for watching this. I wouldn't be here without all the brave people that came before me and came out before me on YouTube. So thank you for watching. I hope you are all having a wonderful National Coming Out Day, and my love to you all. All right, bye-bye.